Clearly there's been a breakdown of trust as a result of a lot of the activities that have taken place. Media beat up or not, there's been a breakdown of trust. I think the relationship between trust, the pace with which legislation is being pushed through, and the ongoing oversight, I think there's something in there that says if we push stuff through and we don't have the right oversight, then we're never going to be able to rebuild that trust. And it seems to me trust between the people of New Zealand and their security agencies is an important thing to try and maintain. What specific areas do you think we should have attention to in order to rebuild trust and strengthen oversight?
Actually, I guess I should start off by saying that from my experience, which is more human intelligence background than signals, you've got to keep intelligence agencies on a very tight leash. And so the bills in their present form are simply unacceptable. They're too broad. The issuance of warrants is too, again, broadly construed. The agencies for which these warrants could be issued are, to my mind, way too broad. Some of them have nothing to do with national security. And then, as I've said publicly in the past, the oversight mechanisms simply are inadequate. We do not have any independent oversight of our intelligence agencies, and nothing that the Prime Minister is proposing by way of adding a few personnel and resources and whatnot is going to alleviate that fact. My personal opinion is that the oversight agencies have to be made a department of Parliament, separated out from both the committee and the agencies they're supposedly overseeing. And until that happens, we're always going to have issues with regards to oversight.
The thing about the GCSB governance structure is that the boss is right at the centre of everything. This is a very thin governance structure. And my theme is that for all the nice words in the world and getting the legislation right and tightened and avoiding overreach and certainty, there will always be a temptation for SIS, GCSB to push the boundaries, to push the lines. There's a big role for monitors, and at the moment the bill does make major changes, and they're good changes, but they don't go far enough and they do have some weaknesses. The boss is the one that chooses the monitors who watch the boss and watch the GCSB. Somehow we have to control that. There are different ways of doing it, but one of the ways of doing it is ensuring that the Inspector General is from a pre-selected pool of typically fairly neutral and firm kind of characters, yet realistic judges or High Court judges or retired judges.
What sort of overwatch we put in place to make certain we do not make it out of date? And I do like the idea of judges, not retired judges, current judges. They're pretty busy as it is. But they are impartial, they are apolitical. They're not like the American system and appointed politically. I quite like that idea.